Hey, how's it going, guys? MrBossFTW here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing another Q&A video where I take your questions from Twitter and I answer them all in this video. Now, in today's Q&A video, I wanted to make the theme all about kind of future-y DLCs, talking about sort of the ones we might know about, and then some of the more unknown ones. I think it's kind of cool to talk about that every now and then, so that's what the majority of these questions are going to be about. Now, if you want to get featured in the next video, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and every time I announce I'm doing a Q&A and use the hashtag AskBoss, just ask a question, and if it's the best one or if I find it interesting, I'll end up featuring it in the video. So, of course, with out of the way, let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to be talking about isn't necessarily a question that a lot of people have been asking, but is more a question of the community. And that is, what is happening to all the Valentine's Day content? Now, yesterday I reported on the channel that Rockstar actually removed the content and that it could be gone forever. Really, because there was lots of confusion with the word indefinitely, Rockstar really came out and said, you know, it would indefinitely stay if you bought it, but it wasn't going to indefinitely be available in stores, websites, and more. And that news, of course, pissed off a lot of people because the wording of the way Rockstar said it, it sounded like it was going to stay forever, whether you bought it or not. So you'd have an unlimited amount of time to purchase the items in-game. And it looks as if Rockstar heard that criticism and put the Valentine's Day content back into the game. So as of now, if you're on PS4, Xbox One, PC, maybe even old generation, you still should have the ability to go into any stores, any websites, any whatever, the Vespucci Movie Mash Shop, doesn't matter. Any place you can get GTA Online Valentine's content, it's going to be back and it is going to be available again. So it looks like Rockstar has listened to the community, I'm guessing the thousands of complaints they got, and they've added it back in the game. So bravo on them, they kind of made a mistake, they weren't as clear as they should have been, but they fixed it, and the content was only gone for a few days. However, I should preface that it looks like Rockstar will maybe try to remove it again in the future. I can imagine that maybe sometime early in the week, they'll put out a notice saying like, okay, now you've got until this time to get it, and try to clear up what they've said. So even though it's back for now, don't take your time in trying to get it, because it might go away one day again. Alrighty, our next question comes from XGamingZHDX, and he says, what DLC do you think Rockstar will bring out in March? Hashtag AskBoss. So this is a question I got a lot, and I'm only going to be really talking about it, answering this one question. But myself and the community believes the consensus is that this is going to be Lowriders Part 2 in March. So when I'm making this video, it's February 21st. So we've got about a week left in February, and then it's March. And I know what you guys might be thinking, you know, oh, that isn't a lot of time for Rockstar to announce this DLC and have it come out. Well, keep in mind that Rockstar literally announced GTA Online Lowriders on a Thursday, and it came out that following Tuesday. Literally 4 days away, that DLC came out. So Rockstar necessarily doesn't need a lot of time to announce something or plan for something. They might just announce it and then a few days later it comes out, which would totally be fine by me, but my prediction is that it is going to be Lowriders Part 2. Now, they might totally surprise us and do something different, but overall, I would be fine with that. I think a lot of people like Lowriders, more cars for bennies would be pretty awesome, and I'm assuming a bunch of other things like weapons and new missions and clothing would come along with it, so I could see that being a really nice and an overall awesome DLC. So that's my prediction. Let me know what yours is in the comment section down below for March, if you think there is even going to be a DLC that comes out during that month. Our next question comes from Corey Sager, and he says, hashtag AskBoss, what do you think of a zombie DLC / Last of Us DLC? So I picked this question because there's actually been a really cool Last of Us map mod going around, and I think this would be really cool, although I don't think it's the theme that Rockstar is going for in GTA 5. Now, I also saw this photo, which, again, it made me want to make this video and use this question. This is like an abandoned Last of Us zombie version of what Los Santos would look like. And I think this would be awesome, especially if it was like a standalone single-player DLC that literally transformed Los Santos into a post-apocalyptic version of itself. The only problem with this is two things. One, Grand Theft Auto 5 isn't really centered around a zombies theme. If anything, it has more of a lore of aliens and like Mount Chiliad mystery, so that would kind of contradict itself. And two, Rockstar's already done a very impressive zombie DLC in Red Dead Redemption, Undead Nightmare. So although it would make sense if they reach back into that same bag and did that DLC, I would imagine they would want to switch it up and try not to do the exact same thing. keep in mind, that would be it's very similar if Rockstar did another biker DLC, very similar to the Lost in the Dam. It just wouldn't make sense, although it would be cool, it might just be a little repetitive. So would I think that would be awesome? Yes. Do I think Los Santos is a really good setting for that? Yes. But I just think because of Rockstar's previous history, they might stray away and do something different. Our next question comes from D11 FIFA, and he says, do you want a high roller DLC, which includes the casino and a PMP 600, along with other luxury vehicles? Yeah, I mean, that would be cool, although in 2015, we obviously got the two kind of high roller style DLCs with ill-gotten gains, although the PMP 600 is really interesting. That's why I chose this question, because that's one of the few cars that I really, really love that Rockstar have yet to bring back from Grand Theft Auto 4. There's two in particular. One of them is the Turismo from GTA 4. It's totally different from the one we have in GTA 5. And the PMP 600, which was an amazing luxury, kind of low-ridery style car in the game. It was just pure luxury. And I really do love that car from Grand Theft Auto 4. And obviously, what you said, also coming with the DLC, the casino. Who would complain if the casino opened in GTA Online? I mean, honestly, who would have the nerve to complain? It's something that so many people have wanted for a while now. It's just been dangling in front of us with that opening soon sign, just draped over the front door. So who really knows? I don't know if Rockstar is going to reach back into the well with the high roller theme. They might. Maybe this summer if they think enough time has gone by. Who really knows? But ultimately, that'd be a cool idea too. Up next, we got a question from Kevin J. Barr. And he says, do you think real, in parentheses, mansions will be available to purchase, perhaps through the Lenny Avery website in-game? Hashtag AskBoss. You know what, Kevin? That would be unbelievable. And I stated that ever since Executives and Other Criminals came out, that the stilt homes we got are certainly not mansions. They're just bigger houses that cost a lot of money. When I think of mansions, I think of the few in games that are located kind of around that lake. I also think of the Playboy Mansion. That's the size of mansions I'm talking about that have customizable garages and can have like pool tables and swimming pools in the backyard. The stilt houses are nice, but one, you can't even utilize their full kind of being that they are with the decks and the pools and stuff that come with them. And two, you can't even customize them or do anything to them. The interiors are exactly the same. So yeah, I think that would be amazing. It's a shame that Rockstar doesn't utilize the Lenny Avery website in-game. And who's to say they won't down the line? It's certainly a possibility. But for now, it just seems like they're staying away from it. But I hope they do in the future one day include real mansions. That would be really cool. Our next question comes from Chris, and he says, if there is a St. Patrick's Day DLC, what accessories do you think will come with it? Hashtag AskBoss. So Rockstar hasn't done a St. Patrick's Day DLC. I don't know how widely celebrated St. Patrick's Day is. I guess it would be on the same level of like Valentine's Day. I'm not really sure. You could do like shamrocks and leprechauns and pots of gold and rainbows. I mean, that's the really only thing I know about St. Patrick's Day. So maybe you could create some like crazy green design. I really don't know. That is one of the harder themes to do for a holiday update. I've said that and Thanksgiving are like near impossible to do. Like, what are you going to do? Create a turkey car or something like that for Thanksgiving? I mean, plus Thanksgiving is a U.S. only holiday. Not sure how globally St. Patrick's Day is celebrated either. But nonetheless, I think Rockstar would have their difficulties and trouble coming up with a DLC for that. But if it did come out, I certainly wouldn't complain, and I'd be happy also. Up next, we have a question from McTacky, and he says, what do you think about robbing banks/strip clubs in free mode? Because let's face it, convenience stores are useless. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. Unfortunately, you've only got one strip club in the game, the Vanilla Unicorn, but I think it would be cool if you decided to rob the strip club. Obviously, you'd get like an instant 4 or 5 star wanted level as compared to a 3-star. The banks in game would be very similar. I wish you could rob the Fleeca banks in game, but for whatever reason, Rockstar have kind of saved those for heist only, and you only get to rob one Fleeca bank in that game also. So I'm really not too sure why they didn't decide to like make more things robbable in game, considering you are a criminal, but that would be really cool, and I really like your ideas. So maybe they'll see this video, maybe they'll think that's cool, but for now, that's just a pretty nice wish. All right, and our last question is going to come from It's Savage, and he says, what exact date do you think GTA 6 will be released? Take a wild guess if you have to. Hashtag AskBoss. So I wanted to include this in here to kind of really end all possible questions like this going forward, because I personally think it's too early to be talking about GTA 6, way too early. For a few reasons. One, we don't even have a single-player DLC in GTA 5. I don't even know if there's going to be a single-player DLC for GTA 5. Hopefully there is. Grand Theft Auto Online is still going strong. And I don't even think a Grand Theft Auto game is going to be Rockstar's next title. I think it's either going to be Max Payne 4 or Red Dead Redemption 2, or whether it's like Bully 2 or something down the line, Midnight Club, insert city here. So I really don't know what Rockstar's plans are next, but I certainly would be surprised if it was another Grand Theft Auto. Considering the size and scale of GTA 5, it would only make sense if Rockstar were to try to up the ante and even make a better game than GTA 5 with Grand Theft Auto 6. So I think it would take a while, and I think it would take some tweaks from them. But you did ask for a wild guess, so I'm going to say 2018, maybe 2019, hearing about maybe the next GTA game in 2017. Even that seems a little bit early, but who really knows? I don't even know when GTA 6 will ever appear on our radars or ever come out. But anyways, that's all the questions that I'm going to be answering in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. Once again, if you want to get involved in the next one, all you have to do is go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, and every time I do a Q&A, just use your question with the hashtag AskBoss, and you might be featured in the next video. If you did go on to enjoy, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.